Let's go. We are back and in the building Tuesday night, chilling and chatting with each and every one of you guys. Guys, we got all the stuff to talk about as usual. Pinball Expo 2025 is right around the corner. Wonderland Amusements will be there, obviously showcasing their gem, their big boy pinball, 3/4 scale mechanical pinball. Plus, they're going to be bringing a mystery product, which we can talk about here tonight, guys. And we got some basic fun news and notes, the good and the bad. We can look at them both, guys. There's a poll in the chat. Go let your voices be heard, because I want to know what's going on with your guys' opinions, thoughts, and feedbacks as the first wave is kind of rolling out here with Centipede and WrestleFest, and now, you know, the CornerCades that have come out. What are your thoughts and opinions? And we can chat about that for sure, because Wave 2 will be coming in a heartbeat, guys, right around the corner in 2026. Also, where are the Supremes? Can somebody tell me where the Supreme arcade cabinets are? We're waiting. Come on, let's go. Guys, and I'm going to be joined by a community member from our community, guys, and we're going to be doing a huge, absolutely huge giveaway. So you're going to want to tune into that, which I got to set up. So when he gets here, we'll figure that out. Let's go, baby. It's a Let's Go show, and we're starting right now, baby. So first comment of the evening is going to Vic Vicious, my channel moderator. Why does it show a username? What is this? Is this some kind of new YouTube thing again? Vic Vicious 7571. What's going on here? What is this? This looks hideous. I digress. Why can't someone just keep it simple and release accurate single marquee title games like the original with proper button layouts, correct art, etc.? That would make for the perfect cab, right? Because companies always think they kind of know better, and I don't think they truly understand the feels and the passion of you know, home arcade, right? Most of us just play the games that title cabinet says. That's why we love this. I think they tailor towards a lot of like multi-cade people. There's a lot, like, you know, one game, that's not enough, right? That's not enough value for $500. Let me just tell you something. You buy a PS5 for $500, you get no games. No games are included. You ever think about that, you know? But 100%, right? Like, keep it. You don't need to go crazy. I mean, the perfect example of this is, you know, the Atari Centipede. You know, you're just messing with everything, right? Now, I do like that they put Crystal Castles on there, because I don't ever see a Crystal Castles cab being made, but who the hell knows? With all these companies doing things, we might actually get fun and exciting cabinets like an XL Crystal Castles. Who knows, man? Who knows? Thank you so much, man, for being here. Be Me is in the building, CornerCade Crew channel member. Is there any good from Basic Fun? There are a few good things, and we will touch on those for sure. Also, guys, I got a little bit of breaking news sent to me by the one and only Mike Hawkhurts. So we will talk about that to start the show off. And guys, I mean, how about real quick, just time out here. How about my Chicago Bears? Dude, that game last night, I was having a heart attack. My hands were sweating. I had to change my socks out. Like, it was a mess. They were making me so nervous, but we pulled out the victory, went to 3-2. And guys, I'm just, you know, we just gotta, this is our coach, okay? Ben Johnson, finally a leader amongst men, somebody who gets it, finally. Let me show you guys this real quick. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. You better get better. You better get better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. That is right, man. That is our head coach. That's somebody I want for the next 25 years, baby. Getting it done. Innovator offense. Leader amongst men. It's about damn time that the Chicago Bears have woken up this very strong NFC North. Everybody's above 500. And let me tell you something real quick. We now have the Saints, who are 1-5, and then the week after that, we got the Baltimore Ravens, who are 1-5. Yeah, I'm looking real good at 5-2. That would be awesome. Awesome. I digress. Dan Z, thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi to each and every one of you guys. Look at this. Look at this. He just Big Bitches. He stole the words out of my mouth. He said, Danny, you better respond to every one of those comments tonight, or I'll put a hex on your Cubbies and Bears forever. Oh God, the Cubs already got eliminated. I don't want to talk about that. I want to leave it on a positive note. So we're gonna talk Bears. We're gonna talk Bears. I think I touched on all my Bears stuff, to be quite honest with you. Thumper Squid, thank you so much, man, for stopping on by. John J, CornerCade Crew channel member, thank you so much, man, for being here. And this is how, if Ben Johnson didn't get you hyped, then this sure would. That's right. We got a $1.99 super chat from 3Park365. Man, get up or get out the way. Let's get this party started. That is what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. As always, one down. We got 4 more to go, baby, to hit this some bitch into overtime. Let's go. All right, let me scroll through all my nonsense real quick. Let me make sure I say hi to each and every one of you guys. Johnny Blaze is in the building. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go. Vic says, Danny is like Gunny Highway from Heartbreak Ridge. Buddy, that is like way over my head. I don't know if I'm too young or too old. I think I'm too young for that. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You got to give current comment. Like when I was a kid, my kids just watched the Real Ghostbusters cartoon. They were watching that in the living room, and they got a blast with the intro. I'm like, this is what Daddy used to watch when he was a kid. And the cartoon wasn't fast enough, because cartoons back then were slower, right? Everything now is 30 seconds. Gimme, like shorts, YouTube shorts. And they wanted just to fast forward to the ghosts. I'm like, wow, the world has changed. And now I sound like an old fuddy-duddy, right? I sound like an old fuddy-duddy. Yes, Big Vicious, we're going to be doing a huge giveaway once my guest arrives, and he'll arrive very, very shortly. C Marvel, thank you so much, man, for being here. That's right, as always. Chris Nooner's in the house. What's up, my guy? Who's winning? My Seattle Mariners and Seahawks. Basic needs to bring the Supremes already. Oh, right? What's going on? Come on now. You guys told me to pass on the WrestleFest. So it's going to be like Centipede or Return of the Jedi, or am I just getting the Double Dragon? Let me know thoughts, feedbacks, reactions in the chat, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. You guys always guide me in the right direction. Tim York is in the building, says evening, guys. I also shared the control panel on my post, my YouTube posts. They're starting to get produced, guys. You can see that play card surface there as clear as crystal. I'm curious to see what the buttons and sticks are going to be, because that was something that was going to be upgraded, right? And I want to see what those are going to be. Julio Hernandez is in the house, man. Hey, chat. Danny, pretty disappointing with all the negative reviews. Just like a company, hope they're listening and can correct the issues. Giveaway, Golden Axe giveaway. Let's go, free shipping. No, we'll be doing a little bit of an easier giveaway, if you know what I mean. But I'll let our guest explain all that while I'm setting some fun stuff up, because I gotta figure that out. I didn't do that before the stream. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to all this commotion and action. Thumper Squid says you have to get into the setting and delete the numbers. Delete the numbers. Bears yawn. Come on, Mr. Clutch. Show a little love here at the CornerCade, baby. All right, let's see what we got. Who else we got? Sir Sagan, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. That's right. Go Bears, baby. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Ghostbusters is who we're going to call. Chat, I have caught up to each and every one of you. Damien just sliding in, got his WrestleFest CornerCade. He's been trying to mod that thing to give us more games. Let's go, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay. Oh, Cammy made it. We put pinball on the thumbnail, and Cammy will come crawling. I can guarantee you. Thank you so much for joining us down under. Really do love to have you here. Breaking news. Where do we start here, guys? Let's do a little share of this guy right here. Well, what is? Well, that looks kind of cool. That's not what I wanted, though. All right, we got Elite Gaming news coming in hot. This is courtesy of Mike Hawkhurst. Says congratulations to New Wave Toys, who will be landing a new TV plug-and-play edition Golden Tee this holiday season. So it looks like it's coming in hot. Expect club store pricing of $225. Oof. That is hard a hard pill to swallow. Just that's a lot. Just to me, right? I don't know. Chat, let me know. This is an all-in-one unit, different from the 1/6 version Golden Tee that New Wave Toys has currently been producing. Okay, so what are your thoughts, guys? It looks like it's actually going to come. Finally, a New Wave Toys product that's actually going to be delivered. For you guys have pre-ordered stuff, I mean, it's been a lot. It's been a big. Hold on, I got to guess here real quick.
Why did Mommy buy some Halloween and shit?
Hold on, guys. She's home?
Yeah.
Go say hi to her for me. Go say hi to Mommy for me. Did you get chocolate? All right, Mr. Face came in, my son, and he wanted to show me that he got chocolate, and it was like all over his face. Yeah, you know, Zero Redux, CornerCade Crew channel member. I gotta get a breaking news sound. I really gotta get on that, right? Because this is golden for this. Nate, thank you so much, man, for being here. That doesn't mean that this was prioritized over other companies who've been waiting. That's a good. You know, I knew they were like trying to like hurry themselves to get into retail, right? And it's like you just kind of like jumped over everybody else to what produces. Because correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm actually glad I didn't do this, but I was actually going to pre-order the Crystal Castles arcade. And we talked about Crystal Castles in the beginning of the show. That thing looks gorgeous, and just to have that little thing on my computer desk would be so cool, right? And I'm glad I didn't. It's been like a year and a half, 2 years. Right? I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy. Jason, thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go. Provolone Joe is in the building. Let's go. Let me get your thoughts, feedbacks of this guy. Oh, my camera's fuzzy. It's probably because of Restream. They've been doing some weird stuff. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, you know, it's not Restream. I'm sorry, StreamYard. StreamYard is. Let me see if I can remove myself real quick and add myself back on. You know, P-Dubs is having the same problem. It's just this program stinks now. Let's see if we do. I don't know if that will work, but you know, we'll just keep the show going. We'll just keep the show going. Let's see here. Let me fast forward it. Oh, I look worse now. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I look like a. You know, it's funny because I look HD on my side, but I look absolute hell on the other side. So we'll just keep this. We'll keep this show going. Let's go, baby. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Where are we going with the show here? Let's go big screen, guys. Let's take that down. Now, you guys, let's go. Let's go this. If you guys haven't noticed, the all of the specs are right here. So if you guys want to take a look real quick, you can see that all the Golden Tee, you know, specs. We got the premium arcade trackball. It's a 3-inch trackball, the high quality wood construction. There's your dimensions right there. If you guys want to screenshot this, have this. PB&J, thank you so much, man, for being here. There's a 100-day New Wave Toys factory warranty. So I don't know if that's new or different from any of their other products. Built-in rechargeable battery. So that's nice. You can have this thing cordless on the couch. You don't have to have a wire stuck to you. Acrylic control panel overlay art protective cover. So I don't know if that's that play guard surface. That pretty much is what that is. And so yeah, it's going to include the whole system here. You're just going to plug it to the TV and you'll be able to play, right? You'll be able to play. So this is good stuff. Michael B, the Game Genie, is in the building, and he just said they mentioned that they were doing this a year ago. It looks like a really good idea to cut out the middle with the Replicade. Yeah, so, you know, going directly to retailers is something that, you know, Mike B has covered before, and this is obviously getting into the retailers is huge. I would assume that there's Zoltar, you know, it's shipped and sold by Amazon, but they might get into, you know, it'd be foolish not to have that in retailers as well. It would be really cool because once you guys, you know, once the pre-orders are done, like, you can't get these things ever again. So like people that missed out, like myself, we're just coming into this hobby, like we're kind of shit out of luck, you know, and that's not fair, you know, because you know, you want to be able to sell stuff, right? You want to be able to sell stuff. This restream is unfortunate because I am like so blurry. I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I should restart the stream or if I should exit and come back. I wonder if I can do that. I wonder if I can come back. Let me exit, guys. The stream still should be going. Okay. I'm going to exit the stream. Mike B, let me bring you down. I'm going to close the stream out and come back in and see if that helps. Okay, guys, there might be a temporary pause. Let's see if I can figure this out. All right, let's do this real quick. The stream may or may not end. Hopefully it won't. But let's see if we can do a little troubleshooting on our end. Okay, we're back. Let's see if anything changed. The world we live in with technology is something else. Oh, I had like 3 bars there. Oh, look it. It got a little bit better. Chat, what do you think? Man, StreamYard is just weird. I don't know if I like that. All right, let's get back to the chat, guys. Because you guys, this chat is flying, baby. He's like, that's how I look after I eat chocolate. It's all over your face, big disgrace, man. He was happy as a clam. My wife just got home. It was like we were playing beat the clock here, because that's why I was a little late. I didn't want to leave the kiddos out there alone, But yeah, I don't like the fuzziness on the picture, but I will say if we go over here, I will say that the fuzziness is good. We're HD again, and that's great because it's just in time to play one of these guys. We're back in the building, baby. Vic Vicious coming in hot with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel as always. It says, shoot me a pre-warning before you talk pinball, so I can go take a piss break. That's okay. We're not talking about pinball yet, so you're still here. But I'll let you know when the segment starts. Okay, let's go. Soggy Kid wants to know, are you going to Pinball Expo? So the plan was, as always, to bring the family, right? Well, last year our family had a blast, but my wife had to take one for the team. And the kids only lasted about maybe 30, 40 minutes. It's more so my son, who's a little bit younger. Daughter's at that age where she's fine, right? But we roll as a unit. And so she had to take the kids to McDonald's, and she was there for a few hours, and I was like, honey, do you want me to join you? She's like, no, all your guys are here. You're not going to, when's the next time you're going to meet Mike B, right? In person, right? Or any of these other guys. So it's like, okay, I'll stay at the Pinball Expo, but it sucks because I didn't get to enjoy it with her, show my kids stuff. It was just, he had a meltdown, right? So this year I'm going to try to see if I can go alone, right? Because I do want to bring you some coverage of the Wonderland pinball and their new product as well. The rest of the expo I don't really care about unless there's something that you guys want to see. Please let me know in the comments in the chat here, because I'm really there to just cover Wonderland, right? Home arcade products, right? And I love Stearns. I love playing them at the real arcade, but I don't need to sit there and make a video about it, right? I want to enjoy myself when I'm playing the Stern. X Arcade's going to be there. I might stop by and say hi to them. At Games is not going to be there, so that's one more home arcade product off the table. I wish Numbskull Arcades would go there, and I wish New Wave Toys would be there as well. It'd be great to talk to those guys. But is anybody else in the chat going to the Pinball Expo? Let me know. Provolone Joe says, when are we going to do more community Mario Kart World streams? I don't know, man. This is the wrong channel to talk about that. I can't even play a scary computer game because, this program that we're wonderfully streaming off of absolutely sucks to do so. So I was glitching all over the place because I wanted to play more like computer games and you guys can come in and watch, right? Let's do something different on the show all the time, right? We do the same thing over and over again. But it wasn't my computer. It was the program. So I got to learn how to figure out how to use OBS because I have no idea how to use it. I tried to use it when setting up a pinball stream for you guys, and that was a big stink fest. So there it is. There it is. Actually, while we're talking here, let's see if I can set this up real quick, right? Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking with magic. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, this is not. Let's see here. See if I can do this real quick. I'm trying to see. Okay, I got it. I found the giveaway tool. We're gonna do a random little ticketer. Beautiful. Okay, that was easy. That was a lot easier to start than I thought. All right, let's scroll down here. I want to know who's going to Pinball Expo and what what do you guys want me to cover if and when I go? Okay, so yeah, I'm just catching up with the chat. Everybody's saying it looks. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. The show's already bad enough. I don't need to be blocky. Thank you, guys. It worked. Looks better. Clear. Went all dark. Yeah, we had to restart. We're good. We're back. We're back, baby. Yes, good point here. If we're on the pinball talk, Super Habits bummed that the Elvira Scared Stiff, I believe, got delayed for tomorrow. Typical at games. Yeah, they had to fix bugs and whatnot, I would assume. So, I mean, what are they gonna release it and it plays like terrible, and then we're complaining about that? So again, what are you gonna do, right? Personally, they should have had their ducks in a row before the launch, but I think that's more what Zen Studios, because I don't think At Games is messing around with that. So I don't know. Is anybody gonna get that table? Because I think they're each priced at $10. Am I right? Or is it 15? Are they each priced at 15 or $10? And I was thinking about getting them, but that's pricey, man. That's like $30, $30 for 2 tables. I don't know. So Big Vicious will not be at the expo. Cammy said no one in the world has covered Predator Pinball yet, so that could be a good exclusive to film. Okay, so Predator Pinball. I'll have to jot that down, because yeah, I'll be there for a little bit. I think most people are going Friday, Saturday, which is typical. My wife has off Thursday, so if I were to go, it would be Thursday. So if anybody's going, we could, hit me up on Thursday. Nate says he's gonna buy both. There you go. So both tables ship me. I've heard they're both banger titles. So, Tim York absolutely getting both. Devastator Omega says comes out on PC and consoles too, right? Correct. Usually when Zen does a release, it's like across the board. So everybody's getting it, Pinball, VR, XR, whatever, and At Games, PC, everybody's getting it, right? Consoles, everybody's getting it now. I really just play it on the At Games. That's just where I just like it the best. I like the physical machine of it. And I like not having to wear a VR while playing it. And I also like being able to just leave and not setting up a whole production with wires all over the place. But that's just me. Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. Provolone Joe says, wouldn't it be dope to have 9 of us in an online WrestleFest Royal Rumble? Yes and no. You are right on that, but it would be best on voice chat too, because the whole point of playing online is to talk smack, right? Like that, if I'm not interacting with anybody, it's like, who cares, right? I don't even know who's who anymore, right? So yes and no, there's like some caveats to that. I guess you could set up a Discord chat, but then I'd have to know like your username beforehand, and we're just meeting online. So I wish the chat was built through, like they had like a microphone in the control, like, how they do it with cars. They got that little microphone that's in like, the overhead ceiling, right? And you could just have it like that, and you could just hear somebody. That would be cool. That would be cool to have like voice chat. That would be cool for online. Otherwise, online is kind of pointless for me because I'm not interacting with anybody. The whole point is to get immersed with all of that. The delay was here, and so we are back now. And I'm going to go ahead and bring on the man, the myth, and the legend of the hour. Mr. B Kirby's in the building, baby. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Looks like you got the class of 81. For some reason, you have a arcade 1-up pinball behind you. You got the Fast and the Furious and
the mod for it,
Oh, okay, the mystery encoder mod. Let's go, baby. But B Kirby, you hit me up, and you were like, look, I want to do a giveaway for the community, and we kind of teased it a few weeks ago, and we found a good time finally to get together and to do this. So it's really cool. I don't know, you want to tease it, before, and then we could do the giveaway at the end of the show, save the best for last?
Yeah, whatever you want to do, man.
Okay, so B Kirby, explain what you're going to do for the community. You wanted to use, the platform on the show. What are you going to do for the guys?
Give 4 $50 Amazon gift cards.
Oh God! Whoa. Okay, hold on a second. I think I got a sounder. Like,
can't believe my eyes.
That is awesome, dude. Let's go, baby. So we'll do that at the end of the show once we have everything going, and we'll just do like a drawing for that, right? We'll just do like a drawing. We don't need to do anything crazy. Usually I do like CornerCade trivia, but I ran out of time today, guys. We were playing at the park, we were touching grass with the kids outside. Then I had to make like 4 different dinners for everybody. I had spaghetti, chili, cereal, like it was nuts. I didn't even get to eat. I was the one that was making everything. Classic, dad at its finest. I'll have to eat after the show, of course. Dragott, thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go. Let's go is right. Yes, B Kirby's here. Look at Provolone Joe. Can't believe it. Look at, and I love the Chicago hat. Kirby, did you see the Ben Johnson clip that I played?
No, I didn't.
You have to go back and watch the show when I know you were cutting it close because he's like, look, I can join, but it's gonna be at 8:30, so you're right on time.
I apologize.
Yeah, that's okay. I did the classic Ben Johnson chant with the team, and they were bear down, breaking it down. That was awesome.
Did you?
Fluffy Monster is here. I know these usernames are showing like their ads. It's really weird. So you're just gonna. I see that the Galaga behind you does have the Galaga glitch on the arcade 1-up. What's the Galaga glitch?
Galaga glitch. I don't know about the glitch.
Yeah, what's the glitch, man? Is that like fast fire or something? Let us know. Let us know in the chat. Okay, so let's reel this show back on its courses. B Kirby, you said you were gonna go to the Chicago Pinball Expo. What catches your eye the most while you're down there? Have you been there before? And what day are you going?
I'm going to go Friday and Saturday. So
Friday, you're double dipping.
Yeah, probably Friday during Friday, like afternoon to the night till it ends, and then Saturday probably in the morning, early afternoon, and then take off. But yeah, I want to see the Wonderland. I want to see if At Games has anything there.
At Games won't be there. Yeah, they're not going to be there this year. So X Arcade's going to be there if we're talking home arcade, right? Mm-hmm. And I know Cammy said in the chat that no one's covered the Predator pinball yet, so that could be like a cool thing to go and check out. But yeah, X Arcade's going to be there, and Wonderland, the big one right there. And then Wonderland also is going to have a mystery product that they've been teasing in their emailers, and that'll be there as well. So you'll get first dibs on that. Now I think that's a Mario like table hockey thing. So like, one of those slap shot things, but who knows? I could be totally in left field with that. Chat, what do you think it is? You guys have seen the picture before. What do you think it's going to be? But yeah, a lot of cool things. Cause for Wonderland, it's a real pinball table. It's not like a virtual pinball table. Or if I don't like Attack from Mars, I can play a different game, right? But with this one, this is the only game you're getting. So it's almost like you have to play this to really be in or out, and a lot of people are going to have to go off the words of other people, other content creators that are going to cover it. If and when I go and I'm down there, I kind of had the idea in my head to get everybody's thoughts and opinions on it, not just mine, because I'll probably like it. I like a lot of things, right? But I want to know what casual people say about this pinball table. Does it play too fast? Does it play too slow? Does it not feel realistic? From the looks of it, it looks great. I think they did a really good job, like just from an aesthetic standpoint. What do you think?
I think so. I think it's probably going to play fast because it's got a small ball, lighter weight ball. Mm-hmm. So it's probably going to play pretty fast. I want to check it out. I can't wait. I passed it up. I didn't get on the Kickstarter. So kind of regret it, but when I see was it B Kong's review of it when the flipper was like the flippers were weak. Mm-hmm. That's when I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll wait until they get all the kinks worked out and probably get it if it goes to retail, then get it.
I think for the Pinball Expo, what I'm hearing is that they're going to have all of the coding finalized. So cross our fingers for that, because that'll be like the actual device that we're playing here. Yeah. So that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, I have a question too on, if and when they make it to retail, like how much is it going to be? Because the Kickstarter pricing was at $800, right? And I thought that was a really good price. And for those of you that got in, chat, let me know who got in on that early bird Kickstarter price. Joe K, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel and joining the show. Yeah, let me know if anybody took advantage of that. I know there was several people. They completed their fully funded goal in 2 minutes. So that is insane. But yeah, we didn't get in because, I'm skeptical, right? My wife was interested in it. I
Yeah, me
love the
too.
virtual pinball because, again, you can play all these tables. Like Alice Goes to Wonderland doesn't hit home for me as a theme. You know, if I'm gonna have like a real table, it's like, man. But then you look at it and it's like, wow, they really did a good job. Like that, it looks great. You know, so I think playing it at the end of the day will really kind of solidify where you feel on their future products and on the current one, that if you want to go ahead and purchase it at a retailer, I don't know, maybe it'll be like over 1,000, you know, with all the new nuances in the world, like tariffs and stuff, who knows how much
Yeah,
this pinball table can run.
I think everything in this market's going to go up, and you're not going to get $500 isn't going to get you what it got you 3 years ago. You're gonna take concessions. You know what I mean? They got to make a profit, and if they want to keep it at a $500 mark, like say for the arcade one up and basic fun, you're not going to get the best for $500. And I think people are freaking out about it, and I just think it is what it is. If you're going to get a more premium product, you're going to pay more money. That's just how it is. So
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to have to buy a John D cab. You're going to have to buy something from Glenn. You're going to have to spend money to get something that's premium that you're not going to complain about.
and we kind of saw that pricing, we'll talk about this in a little bit, but take Basic Fun, for example. Their cabs that are $4.99 are $5.99, right? And that's not because that's just because of the way of the world now. So things are just more money, which sucks. It sucks at the end of the day because you get less for more, and that's it should be the other way around, right? It should be the other way around. Doug here said he backed Wonderland, so he is all in on that.
That's awesome.
So that'd be, I mean, it's going to be an awesome product. I just have a feeling. End of Line has a good question. It says, wonder if they will reopen pre-order / a Kickstarter after the expo, now that they should have the code worked out and people can see it. That's a great question. Something if I go, I can definitely touch up on and ask them, because hey, like maybe some people want to try to get on, and if you can reopen it, get in on that cheaper price. Fluffy Monster says, now you did good on passing. It has issues, but for a few more bucks, you can buy a real dedicated pin. Now, a few more bucks, I mean, we're talking about a couple thousand, but maybe 3,000 more, you could get an at-home Stern pinball table, which that would be dope to have. If you had like a dedicated basement, a couple at-home Sterns would be, I think that's like the perfect sweet spot as far as diving all in on like a Stern, premium or pro, and still having that same feeling of a Stern that you would get at the that at-home version. Has that at-home version have you ever like kind of seen them in person, or kind of got curious to want to buy one?
No, I won't want. I know. No, I don't want to buy one. A buddy of mine has a basement. He probably has about. I mean, his house is huge. He has probably about 100 pinball tables down there. Every one you can think of.
100 pinball tables.
At least 100.
If that's your buddy, you need to take a picture of that. And I need to see that.
The next time I go in his basement, I'll take a picture. And then not only that, but on the ceiling,
pinball tables.
He has a drop ceiling in his whole entire basement, and the lights, where all the lights are, they're 2x2 lights, and they're all the back glasses of different pinball tables for the lights on the ceiling.
That's
next time I go there, I gotta pick up. I got a Tron off of him, the arcade one up Tron off him, and he took me in the basement. I was just like, holy cow! He got out of the home arcade stuff and went heavy into pinball.
I mean, 100 pinball tables is heavy, easily, to say the least.
Easily 100 pinball tables, man.
That's wild, dude. You got to take pictures of that. We got to see that. You should have already done that.
No, I got to pick up. I was just in shock, man, when I seen it. But I got to pick up a stool. He's got the matching Tron stool, so I got to go pick it up.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you got to do the stool.
Yeah, I'll ask him if I can do it. If he lets me take a video, I'll send it to you. But
that's awesome. Yeah.
Every table that anybody can want, he has it.
That's wild.
He's got all the Elton John, Metallica, Foo Fighters, like you name it, man. He has it. It's insane. And I was just in shock. And then I looked up at the ceiling, and he has the ceiling tiles painted black, but where all the lights would be, the 2x2 sections for the lights, they're all back glasses. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen, man. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's wild.
It's like
it's crazy what people do.
Oh, it is, and it's what they spend their money on. Do you know how much money that costs? I mean,
I mean, if you're talking what on average, if you get them
easily.
used, like 5,000 to 7,000 per
Yeah.
table. If you're talking about Elton John, I think what that wasn't that like 13,000 or something like that. Like
Yeah.
that's
The Godfather was
it's wow.
15 grand. So yeah,
Yeah,
it that's why I think I kind of get like, I don't get pissed off, but I think when people totally shit on Arcade One Up, these type of arcade cabinets, it's like, man, if you don't get those are the most affordable things you can get. Even if you
mm,
modify and throw 100 or 200 into it, if you're gonna get into real stuff, you're not gonna buy a lot. You might have one or two or three. The average person. Unless you got money, you're not buying a ton. You're not gonna have a room full of 20 of these things.
no, I
So
mean
it's
on
and then the
on
maintenance and everything. So
yeah, on average, I've been looking at, there was a Street Fighter 2 HS9 Dynamo cabinet that was it's like 15 minutes from me, right? They're asking for 1,000. I think I'd message them back, say, hey, 500. They kind of would probably laugh, but maybe wait, play the waiting game. If you can get a cabinet for $500, right, around that price point, give or take, right? Think if you
yeah,
can get that, I mean, this one was in pretty decent shape, but it needs love, right? Like the sides were light blue to, it was light blue and then white. The HS9 is like a 3D effect where it's a panel on top of another panel. Like that would all have
okay,
to be like stripped down and painted black, get melamine coating on there. Like you're going to get the right graphics on there. I personally would probably change that to like a second impact cabinet, an Alpha 3 cabinet. For those of you in the chat, I love Street Fighter, and it was funny when you laughed. B Kirby laughed at one of the greatest theme songs I've ever played. No, I should just play that for the whole show now. Reuse theme
oh
in
god.
Street Fighter Alpha 3, dude. He said it was club music, but
No, see, Marvel. I like arcade one ups. I didn't say I never liked arcade one ups.
I
I
mean,
just
like
think,
if B Kirby's out, get him, chat, get him. But
yeah,
yeah,
no, I never
long
said
and
that.
short, if you can
I just don't like
get
the Slim Katie ones. I think they're garbage. But
no, and I don't think really
Arcade
any.
Man have made a lot of good ones, and then I don't know what happened. Like, who knows? Like,
Well,
I mean,
I'll touch on that in just a second. Let me. So if you go and replace things, because right out of the gate, yes, you could buy a cabinet. It could be fully restored and fully functional, right? $400. Maybe you got lucky, right, and you moved the drill, right? Most of the time, though, like if you're gonna have like a piece of history, you're gonna want to like fully restore. It's like a car. Like you don't have a old Camaro that looks like garbage and rusted out sitting in you're gonna fully restore it, right? So you're gonna put new button sticks, T-molding. You're gonna paint the coin door. You're probably gonna put it 9 times out of 10. You're gonna put a new marquee in there. You're gonna change the light bulb out that's in that said marquee to get a better light distribution. Plus, it's like less hot. I digress. And you're going to do a lot of things with the monitor. You're going to fix a lot of things and clean a lot of things. All in all, you're probably pouring like $500-$600 into these things. So you're looking at 1,000, $1,200, depending on where everything adds up, right? And that's
mm,
cool, right? If you were to have your golden age cabinet, like if I were to have like a second impact cabinet, if I found an Alpha 2 cabinet, anything Street Fighter from, World Warrior on, right? If I could get one of those, okay, that's dope. That's a holy grail. You keep in the garage and you bust out, show your friends, play here and there. To then own is so many of these things, it's a lot because at any given point, when you turn those on, they could be shit out of luck. You should be shit out of luck when they don't turn on.
yeah,
Then you got to find a guy. You got to have your guy, right? Now, not everybody knows a guy, so it could be anything at this point. It could be a little thing on a board, or it could be it's like a used car, right? It could be something so small, then it could be something huge, like a transmission, right? And then you're shot, right? You got to restart from scratch. The thing with these is if something goes out, I call Arcade One Up and they send me the product for free, or I pay a very small fee for it, which then at the end of the day, when owning these as a homeowner owning these arcades, the juice is worth the squeeze. Now to touch on your point, when you said the Arcade One Up went into the slim route. Now
yeah,
I
it's
say this,
garbage.
I don't know why you would segregate, and I don't want to go on a tangent here, but let's say you have 3 different buying parties, right? You have the XL people, right? You got the deluxe people and you got the Slim Katie people, right? Because apparently a lot of people in New York apartments buy arcades, right?
Okay,
Again, you can tailor towards that. I'll never understand that market research. I think that's a cover up for something way
if that
less. Like
was
they
the
don't have enough
case, why
money.
wouldn't you not? Why would you make a Slim Katie and not just keep the party cades? If
That's
you
what
were
I'm
aiming,
saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's
you
your
just keep the
reasoning,
party that is your
you keep the
slimline.
party cades and then keep the
Yeah.
deluxes the way they were. Don't make the
So,
deluxe into a slim
and you
form
don't
factor.
stop making things that, let's just say, 75% of other people would buy in the deluxe and the XL. Like, you don't just stop doing that.
I love their party cades. I love
it'd
them.
be
I
like
have a bunch of them.
yeah, you do. You have like 9 of them. You said it'd be like,
Yeah, I have a bunch
honestly,
of
it'd be like, to me, it'd be like going to McDonald's and you're just getting fries. It's like, well, what about everything else? What about chicken sandwiches, milkshakes, coffee, their breakfast? Like, you got nothing. You know, it's just fries, right? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Well, what is the reasoning? Well, is hamburgers too expensive? Like, you start to really like dive deep into uncovering why that is. I think that's just a thing that they said, and that there's more to the puzzle than New York people in apartments that buy this, apparently. But again, that's a whole other issue. And Arcade 1UP is, there are some rumors out there that they might be making big changes at the helm. I mean, big changes at the helm.
Well,
And
they need to
that
get
could
rid
either,
of the top people. Those are the
well,
people
that
I think that ruined the company.
there are some rumors out there that, again, we need to dive a little bit more into that, but there could be big changes in the front office.
Yeah.
Let's just use sports terminology. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe it's too little too late. I personally don't like the direction that Arcade 1UP is going. Their claw machine seems to be great, seems to be a great seller for them, but I think it's just too little, not enough. You know, they're not doing anything new and exciting. You got to have new and exciting titles, right? And that kind of segues into our basic fun discussion. You know, a lot of people right out of the gate, oh man, big letdown on basic fun because of this, that, and the other. And we'll talk about that, right? Washed out marquee, control panel chipping away, maybe not the play guard surface. There's a lot of things that's like, man, the game is all glitched up. Certain wrestlers are missing. But I will say this, Basic Fun did one thing that nobody really has done in quite a long time, and that's come out with a brand new IP, right? A brand new IP, and that's something on the positive notes of something to speak upon Basic Fun. And, you know, their cam lock system, albeit, you know, some people, RGT apparently has never had cam locks before. He admitted to that.
If you're not that handy, you're going to have a problem with it, man.
That was 100%.
When James Hates Everything reviewed G.I. Joel's cab, the Popeye cab he made, and everything was cam locks on that. There's no putting screw holes. It's all cam locks. So, I mean, that's what I would say, operator error. That's somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. So, I mean, no
so
offense
he admitted
towards
to that.
him, but he doesn't.
No, he
like
admitted to that in his video. But I was like, man, that's crazy, right? Maybe people don't put furniture together, right? But yeah, I think that's a really good system, right? I love that. I never liked the screw holes on the side. Even the screw cap covers were good, but you can kind of see it was a solution, right? But you can kind of see there's still blemishes. Where they took it to this point, that's excellent, right? So new IP, you got a little bit better design, right? As far as that goes on the side panels. Now, I will say this.
I think that's better than actually. I don't know. I was watching Fox or whoever, and they're like, "Oh, they like just putting the screw and tightening it." I mean, I've been a carpenter for 31 years. I've been general superintendent for the third largest city. For all the carpenters in my department, the largest department on the city. I think the cam lock system's better. I think it's cleaner, and if you know what you're doing, it'll be fine. So it eliminates all them holes. It just is a cleaner look. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying exactly. It showcases the artwork a little bit more, especially for your end showpiece, right? So those are all good things, and I do want to commend Basic Fun for coming out, and they should have had this statement that was said, like some of the wrestlers were missing. They should have had that in the initial thing, right? But they made an adjustment, they fixed it, they saw community feedback. And this is something, guys, that Arcade 1UP would always see community feedback and kind of just take your idea and not tell anybody. We've seen how many ideas they've taken before. Or really just not be communicative with this hardcore community, but fans all over the world, right? You put that on Amazon, on the Amazon listing, and you kind of be truthful, and you let people know, like, hey, this is some of the things out. There was a statement that was floating around here. I know Neo's Arcade News touched on it, that they have kind of seen all of the critiques on their product, and they want to make it better, right? They want to make it right. Now, listen. I'll put caution to the wind here. We've heard this 1,000 times. We've heard this out of Iconic Arcade. We've heard this out of Arcade 1-Up. So I'm always like, red flag, right? When a company says, hey, we're going to listen to you, but there's a new company, you got to give them the benefit of the doubt, right?
I think they are.
There was some things, like I can commend them on, right? Delivering the product, right? We've seen so many people, New Wave Toys, we touched on them. 2 years, nothing. Right, one and a half, 2 years, right? Nothing, right? Just pre-order central.
Here's my thing on this. Even if what do they get? 2 people from Arcade 1-Up, whatever it is. They're rookies at this. This is not like they've been doing this.
Yeah,
this is not like they get this. Think Up doesn't run Basic Fun. I mean, it's Basic Fun. They are brand new at this shit. So I give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they're going to come out with better stuff. I think it's going to be Arcade 1-Up quality, like that kind of stuff. It's not going to be real wood, and with a lot of people complaining.
No, nobody wants
fake arcades
no.
and all that shit.
No.
But I think it's going to be similar to an Arcade 1-Up, and I think the prices are going to go up on everything. Like, it's just, I don't think dramatically, but you got a possibly 100% tariff going up in November. That's going to affect Lens Cab. That's going to affect a lot of stuff. It's not going to affect, I don't think, John D, hopefully. But, stuff's going to go up. I mean, nothing's come down in price. I mean, I think the days of people thinking they're going to get some, I mean, you got lucky with the buddy in California with the $200 midway collab cab. But in the Midwest, you're from here, you're from Chicago. This shit don't go on sale.
No, I touched on that several times. People just buy it up right away.
You're not getting anything at a blowout deal here. So, but no, I think give them the benefit of the doubt, man. See what their next cab looks like, and I think just I think with the licensing, I didn't even know the wrestlers honestly when I was listening to all you guys on all your streams, like LOD. I was like, who the hell is LOD? I don't even know who the hell this guy is. I'm in my 50s, so I haven't followed wrestling and since 1985 or some shit. But yeah, so I get it if you're a hardcore fan, that's gonna bother you. But like Blitz, like I love my Blitz cab. I love playing the Blitz. People made a big deal about that, and that's when I would just watch you guys. I never commented on anything. But I remember watching everybody. I'm like, these guys are out of their freaking minds, man. Like, I don't give a shit about online. I don't give. It's a cool game. Like, and I think James hates everything. He said it's one of his favorite cabs he has too. So, but yeah, like I think people get hung up on some real dumb shit. That you're like 50 years old and you're complaining about a wrestler missing. Like, are you kidding me?
So
I could see if you're like 15 and you're just like, oh man, what the hell? Hulk Hogan's not in it. But I don't know. I just think I'm different. I don't get caught up on the little shit. If it's not your cup of tea, then don't get it. That's
yeah.
the way
And
I see it.
so this is
why
where
go online and complain about it. And I mean, come on, we're old men. I don't think I look old, but
so this is where I commend Basic Fun for trying to do something different and don't stop ever doing that. Nobody wants a room full of 25 Pac-Mans. Okay, you can only do something.
No.
Arcade 1-Up has done 67 Pac-Man titles.
What none of these companies should do. I don't mean to cut you off. None of these companies going forward should do they should not do any game that has human beings. Any game that you have to get a license by actual human beings, but whether it be football, baseball, wrestling, whatever, stay away from those games. Like, don't even bother doing it, because this is what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at NBA Jam, there's people missing out of there from the original.
Yeah, and
don't do anything, any game with a human being. Like, just stay away, because licensing is hard to do.
To touch on that, I would always say this, and to what you were saying, hey, if you don't like it, don't buy it, right? 100%,
yeah.
Right? Like, so what I'm saying is you're gonna run into these issues, guys, and it's not just like licensing on the people, right? I mean, Arcade 1-Up ran into issues with licensing on Frogger. I'm sure there's a ton of stuff behind the scenes that I have no clue about, right? That there's always, I mean, these games are 30, 40, 50 years old. You're gonna run into problems no matter what. These titles, licenses, logos, everything have changed hands 25 times, right? So you got to really dig deep to do this stuff. And it's not rocket science, but you really got to do your work into doing so. Now, I always said, look, if you can only get 75, 85, 90% of the game, you release that game, right? Because anything new and exciting, people are going to want to buy it. I mean, everybody's videos that have covered WrestleFest has done extremely well, right? I mean, Kelso's Arcade hasn't done a video since who knows how long. He's almost got 5,000 views, right? Or something like that on his review.
Zero Redux. Complaining is an old man's birthright.
That's right. Get him, buddy. So I see both sides of the fence. I see where you can be frustrated because look at facing LOD is a big part of the game, right? Can you imagine playing Mortal Kombat and then you don't get the Shao Kahn? You just, whatever the case may be.
That would never happen because it's not a human being.
Yeah,
they
so
don't have to license a human being. Randy, Macho Man, Randy's family could have wanted $10 million for him to be in that game.
Yeah, we don't know.
So then, what do you say? Oh well, now we got to raise the price of the cab. Like no,
and then you just leave him out of the game.
You just leave him out of the game.
Yeah, and to that aspect, I think P-Dubs was the one that brought this up. Apparently, all of those wrestlers that are out of the game are all branded or held together by the same licensing company, which is crazy. It just seems like at the end of the day, Basic Fun didn't take that one extra step to say like, okay, let's contact these guys and save us on. Maybe they did, right? We don't know.
They probably did. I will bet money they did.
Okay, so
the money was
did,
too much.
And it was too much. Now let me ask you this then. So how did LOD and Macho Man Randy Savage make it into Retro Mania Wrestling? Because they don't have a buck to stand on. That's a very small
when did that happen?
Macho Man was just put in recently for like a couple months ago through an update, and LOD was always in the game, I believe. Chad, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never actually played the game, but so both of those were in there. So the money, I don't know if that 100% could be the thing. I mean, we will never know unless Basic Fun comes out and says like an official statement saying like, here's why.
I think it comes down to. I think it comes down to money, and I think you can't compare. Like I've seen a lot of guys. Well, what if I Ryu and this guy and that? Hold on, let me tell my dog to stop barking, dude.
Yeah, no worries. B Kirby will tail on the dog. I got a cat, so I know how it is. But let's get to the chat real quick. I mean, there are things that they've done right. There are things that they've done right, and there are things that they've done wrong, right? And I think the things that they've done right was kind of redesigning the cam locks. And I know C Marvel touched on this. I think Fox's biggest issue was that they use like cheaper cam locks and not like industrial strength cam locks or whatever the case may be. And again, I won't know until I build one of these things how sturdy these are or how not sturdy they are, right? I'll have to get this in the house and then really understand that. So I do like the cam lock thing. I think that's kind of cool. It's something different. We've never seen it before.
I'm excited to like when Joel, because I got Joel's cab too. I haven't gotten it yet though. I'm excited that it has that. So then when you put the side art on, I'm going to do it Popeye. It's just going to be nice and smooth. No holes, no nothing. So as long as you do it right. I mean, and I do like the way and nobody can say anything. Who did you say it was an industrial cam locks? What did you say?
I think that's C Marvel said. I think 19K Fox said it was like the strength of the cam lock. Right here. He says, I think the issue is that Fox and others are saying that the cam locks are just cheap cam locks.
Well, I don't know. Again, I have one.
I don't have one, so I
but 19K Fox doesn't have one, so how would he know that it's just cheap?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I mean, that would be just like me saying, well, I think it's cheap cam locks. Until you see it, you don't know. So,
100%.
I mean, I think the only person that really had a problem with it was that RGT guy. He seems like a cool guy. It's funny. I was laughing my ass off, man, because he seemed like he had some issues with it. So the poor guy, man. I wish I could have helped him. But I think
Big Bitch is touching up. He says Retromania includes LOD and Macho Man, so I don't disagree about the money. There's got to be something else going on there, and that's kind of what I was thinking. My first thoughts, for sure.
There's something with the licensing that they couldn't get done, and it sucks. But what do you do? Like you said, do you put it out or do you not put it out?
You put it out 100%. 100%. There are people that'll say, "Don't put it out." No, you just don't buy it. Or you get it on a discount, right? Because you want to be able to have new and exciting titles in your home arcade. So again, touching up on some of the things they did right? BOE monitor, great, right? New IP title, great. Cam locks, excellent, right? Some of the things that they did wrong, right? They got to touch up on that marquee. That marquee looks atrocious. Like, we've seen it in enough videos. I knew the first time I saw that in Kelce's arcade video, I said, well, you can see the background. All those marquees look great. Class of 81 looks great. You know, Midway Golden Tee looks great, but the WrestleFest is washed out badly. So they know that. They got to fix that. We've addressed that here, and on other channels has addressed that as well. And I think that's one of the things that are going to fix on their second wave of cabinets, because they stated, look, we're going to go out and we're going to make these improvements in the feedback that we're getting. So what I'm saying is, you know, Basic Fun, reverse printed acrylic marquee. Buy yourself an arcade 1-up cabinet and look at how they designed it, and you'll be able to get the answers real quick.
Here's
Especially if you're
what
the
I
same
think
factory,
too.
you'll know that.
I think too. I think, like, you know, the first year a car comes out, you kind of let other people buy it. You
Yeah,
know what
same
I
thing
mean?
with
You
the cell
don't.
phone, right? The first year, really anything,
You
you
don't.
let
You
that
don't want
go.
to buy
Yeah.
the first card. Like, when soon a card just changes the body style or whatever like that. But I normally wait till the second year. You know what I'm saying? So
Here we go.
maybe let
C
all the
Marvel
people that
says,
were going to buy it. What's that?
yeah, C Marvel says, I think Fox was going on with what P-Dubs said. Dubs made the claim that, in short, the Camlocks felt cheap. Yeah, Dubs did say that in one of his shorts. Now I remember. They were kind of just general.
Yeah, but all
cheap kind of
Camlocks feel
Camlocks.
cheap, dude. They're all aluminum. They're like, they all feel that way. So unless it's not tightening tight enough, like I said, I've been a carpenter my entire life, man. So it's uh, Camlocks are, most of them are cheap. They're not like heavy duty Camlocks. You know, they're most of them are made out of aluminum. So
yeah, and everything I put together, like IKEA furniture wise, with a Camlock, it pretty much they're all
it's a
the same.
Camlock,
Kinda.
man. They're all the
Yeah,
same shit,
so.
dude. So it just depends on
But,
how it goes together. So.
but yeah, and I would say the chipping of the deck, that's inexcusable. It just has to
No,
be,
they
even
should
if
have
it's their
they should
first
have put
step.
out a deck protector with it, man. Totally
Yeah.
agree. Deck protector, or the, like, what Arcade 1-Up started doing with the,
Yeah, the play guard surface. Yeah, 100%.
the play guard surface.
And
Yeah.
that, and either way, it doesn't matter. You know, arcades have used both, right? I personally like the play guard surface better, because the plastic, you know, my kids have like sticky hands sometimes. I get sweaty hands. We all been there, done that, right? Then it gets really sticky. You got to clean it constantly. With the play guard surface, you don't have to do that. It doesn't absorb like a plastic would, right? So I like the play guard surface better, right? Now, it's just a preference, right? But the chipping of the paint, like, that's a no, man. Like, so they got to
No.
redo that 100%. Like, whatever happened with that, learn from this, right? And redo it. So the marquee,
Yeah.
and then the play guard deck. Now, I'll say this, right? Basic Fun, we got to get coin doors on these things, okay? We have to. They're just, you
Well,
got to make it happen.
This
Like,
is the thing I was saying. I think me and you were talking on the phone a couple days ago. With the coin doors on the Ultra is the deluxe, right? Ultra is the smaller one.
yeah.
Okay, Arcade 1-Up sells them for $4.99 with a coin door. They're deluxes. Arcade 1-Up probably has warehouses full of coin doors. You know what I mean? So they paid 2 year ago prices. They probably have a ton of stock. When you called, you got the XL and you got brand new panels for it. Like, they had those in stock, right? Like, you got the XL panels.
$10 per panel.
$10.
Insane.
You had panels from an XL
Insane.
that they haven't made in years. You get what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
have warehouses full of all these parts. They probably have a warehouse full of coin doors. So now for Basic Fun to come out, they don't have all that stock that the Arcade 1-Up has. They just don't. You can call it for a joust cab that they don't make anymore and still get stuff for the joust cab. You can get a panel for it. You can get the riser, anything you want. So they don't have. They have the luxury of having stockpiles of all this stuff, where Basic Fun doesn't. So they can't afford to. You know, what does it cost for a coin door? I don't know, but maybe it raises the price. You know,
I know, only because I mod and do all this shit. A light up a deluxe coin door, if you want the deluxe badging, it's $30. The non-deluxe badging is $15. And I got to be honest with you, everybody in the chat would pay $15 more a cabinet if it came to that. I don't know if costs and all that stuff. It probably wouldn't even be that much.
Dude, people started crying when they thought it was. People were crying when they thought it was going to be $5.99. When they seen, everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's $5.99." Look, all this stuff's going to go up, man. It's gonna eventually happen. I think, from what I understand, is that from what I understand, is it was $5.99. And they gave the $100 coupon. It was always going to be $4.99, but to get in on Prime days, they had to offer a coupon.
Well, that's what Kevin said too when he came on our last show. So, but then you're hearing that $5.99 because of tariffs and stuff.
They wanted to put it on for Prime Day. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I know they sold a bunch of them. So, you know, and I have I got the CornerCade. So, and then get the Supreme when they come out. But I don't really care about the missing players. I want to see if the Supreme's better than the actual Ultra. I think the Ultra is going to be like the less of the.
Listen, B Kirby, fingers crossed from me to you and the chat here, honestly. But I think it's going to be the same thing. It's just going to be bigger.
I don't know, that's man. I think it's going to have a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit better than the Ultra.
It has a.
Remember how we had the what did you guys call them? The peasant cabs.
Yeah.
Right. I think the Ultra is going to be not the elite version. I think they're going to put the bells and whistles into their Supreme cabs.
That sucks for people who don't like Supreme. Listen, and Supreme. Listen,
I get it.
For
me and you,
Supreme is the Supreme is the future of this hobby.
Yeah,
okay,
the
XL cabinets. It's the future. That's why we did it when we had the breaking news from John D coming out with his XL only cabinets. It was like, dude, you got to get up or get out the way. What are you supposed to rely on? Arcade 1UP just releasing all this slim stuff? Like, you're never gonna get a new title. It's time to jump ship now, right? And so I totally agree that XL is the future, but that really does suck. If you're only paying $100 less and you're getting just a crappier marquee, you're getting a deck that's falling apart like a bunch of cornflakes. Like that does suck. At the end of the day,
real quick before I forget. Just to the garage gamer, I am rooting for the Mariners, buddy.
Why?
What are you rooting for, Milwaukee?
No,
you can't be a Cubs fan. Root for Milwaukee.
The Cubs are over. So now my priority is Kyle Tucker going to stay or leave?
No, but you got to root for somebody for the World Series.
You don't. You stop watching.
No.
Baseball's done for me. I'm moving on to the Bears. We got the Saints next week.
No, I will say told Garage Gamer I would root for the Mariners. So
for him. Well, they're doing great. Yeah. Aren't they up 1-0 or
they're kicking
series
ass,
tied 1-1 or 2-0 or something like that? Let us know, Garage Gamer.
They're kicking ass, man.
Mike here has a good question. He says that didn't Arcade 1UP send out deck protectors for free with their first generation cabinets because they were rubbing off? That could be a good solution. Hey, look, we kind of messed up. We made a mistake.
I thought I saw something. Maybe did you guys see something about deck protectors? About Basic Fun giving out deck protectors?
Not Basic Fun. There was a third-party company. They want to charge $45 for a deck protector. Let me tell you something, guys. Do not buy that. Let me tell you something, guys, okay? $45. Guys, listen, you could go to, and no Joe Sabos takes forever, but it doesn't matter if the deck's worn out because you're putting a new overlay on. I would go like a Joe Sabos third-party route and put the play guard surface on. Okay, this Third Stalkers cabinet, and my...
Tulsa Arcades or somebody else.
There's a ton of third party. There's hundreds. Yeah. B Kirby, we'd be here all show trying to label them. But Golden Axe as well. These are arcade quality. This isn't Arcade 1UP quality. This is arcade quality products from Joe Sabos, right? And these other third party companies. I would rather just do that. Pop the buttons out. Put this play guard deck surface on. Cut the holes out. It's going to be like $15. It wouldn't be $45. So personally, I would go that route. Like if I own the cabinet and this was an issue, that is 100% the route I am taking. I understand if you guys don't want to like pop the buttons out. It's very easy, guys. We've done live modding. Go back on the channel where me and my wife are doing live modding, and it's a blast. So
do you know you should ask James if James or P-Dubs if there's a long enough thread in the screw. If they gave out deck protector, send them to everybody who bought an Ultra Cab. If there's enough thread in the screw to stick up like an eighth, you know what I mean? Because the plexi is only an eighth. You're not going to get like 1/4 inch plexi. You'll get like an 1/8 inch plexi. I wonder if there's enough thread inside the screws on the top of the control panel.
The screw goes inside the control panel, so you're not getting that rub on your hand when you're playing it, which is great. That's how it should be. So it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't affect it at all because the plexi would be essentially laid on top of that, but there would be a hole, so it wouldn't even touch it at all. It's held in. Do you have a Street Fighter 2 Dynamo cabinet?
No.
Okay, so this one right behind me is a great example of that. They do that exact same thing with that. So
with the deck protector?
Yeah, no, there's no deck protector on that. The screw goes inside the panel. But yeah, James is in the chat. Says it's a standard size arcade 1-up screw, so I'm pretty sure a deck protector would work fine. But again, like I'm saying, it goes into the board. It doesn't just lay on top of them.
I like James's review of it. I thought it was an honest, good review.
Yeah, James does a great job. So you know what? Here, little YouTube inside information. So James writes his scripts out when he does it. Because when I'm watching him, I'm like, dude, you're using all these complicated words. Like, there's no way you're remembering any of this stuff.
While I'm looking at this camera, I'm also looking at my iPad because I can't see the chat on this, but I can see the chat on my tab and my iPad. That's why I keep looking to the left a little bit.
As you should. You pre-read things, right? So James does an awesome job, like pre-script writing his chat is reviews out. Now I just go by the seat of my pants. So what I do, guys, I record all my footage and I hit the play button, right? And I'm watching the footage and then talking into the mic and doing a voiceover, and I'm just doing it live. You can kind of tell because I just kind of ramble on. His is more professional, but I do like mine. It's a little bit of charm, right? So, but James it's just locked and loaded. And Jason, thank you for sharing that, man. Jason's always on top of the stuff there. I love the quality of his DJI Osmos camera. It is like liquid gold. It makes that cab look unbelievable, but he does a fantastic job of kind of explaining that. You know, everybody's done a great review. It's cool to get like other people's opinions, thoughts, and all that jazz. B Kirby,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I wanted to get the Supreme. I wanted to get the Supreme version of it, but the chat said, don't do it. Hold off. Wait for a sale. So I think if there is, you know, who knows what happens. I'm risking it for the biscuit, chat. You already know. But if I can get my West Coast folk to watch out for me. And if it goes on $300, $400, I can pick it up, and because I got to buy a 99 Lives deck anyways, I got to spend like $200 on this thing to fix the marquee, do the deck, sticks and buttons that I was gonna do anyways. So I was gonna mod it a little bit. Now to your point, B Kirby, for me, the wrestlers that are missing, it doesn't make or break the game. I think I'll have fun playing it no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of people were saying is that, hey, look, the wash marquee, you know, and that there was issues that they were having with it. Pass on this one. Look for Return of the Jedi.
It's stuff like that people think that shouldn't happen, right? Because Arcade 1-Up that was like they originally had washed out marquees and all this stuff, and then they learned from all you guys and the community and stuff like that. Basic Fun's fresh at this, man. They haven't been following Arcade 1-Up or following any of you guys for years, and following this whole community and the whole thing. They haven't been following any of this. They just started to, and they're like, they see Arcade 1-Up's kind of taking a nosedive, not putting out new titles, and they already had a bunch of licenses with a bunch of companies, and they're like, hey, let's get into this. You know, it looks like they're making money on this. You know, so I think they're gonna learn. I think they'll only get better. I think it's not what people. I think that's why they're grabbing people like Cypress, no matter what people think about them. They're trying to get as many veterans that are in this, because Arcade 1-Up is the only one that's done this stuff, right? I mean, you had iArcade for a short period, but so most of the veterans are going to come from Arcade 1-Up or Think Up or anything that had to do with Arcade 1-Up, right? So I think they're going to get better. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think they're only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, Arcade 1-Up went through those same growing pains. You know, it looks like Wet Out here says Target has the Basic Fun centipede listed, so that's awesome. So they're already getting into the retailers like they would have already been in with their, you know, little handhelds. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, I think there's more good than there is bad. Especially for me. I don't think, you know, this is a good thing, right? And to your point, when they said, hey, look, we can capitalize on something that another company isn't really, you know, they're not producing, right? They produced in the beginning when we were getting Ridge Racer, Marvel vs. Capcom. It was crazy, right? It was what a time to be alive, right? And it just kind of it was maybe too much, too fast, too soon, right? And I think a lot of that was just pushed back. It was slowed back. And you know, a lot of that is the retailers, right? Saying, whoa, dude, look, we got a lot of dead stock here. We're good, right? And it kind of handicapped Arcade 1-Up again. I'm always of the one, you know, I have a sports background, guys. I played sports ever since, you know, I was 8 years old kind of thing, right? So next man up, right? If you can't get the job done, you get cut, you get fired in the next man up. There's no pity party. This isn't a daycare that we're running here. This is a business, right? So Arcade One Up at the end of the day, I will always say this. Okay, boo-hoo, you can't get in the retailers, figure it out. Go to a mom and pop shop, sell direct. I don't care. Figure it out, because at the end of the day, you're gonna go bankrupt if you can't sell anything. You're all gonna be fired. There is no, oh well, Cyrus just, no, you're all toast. Okay, so this is the same thing. It happens. Sports is a great analogy because it's like real life, right? Head coach, front office ain't getting it done. You're fired. You're out of here. So that should be that's what have transpired, right? But I think just at the end of the day, like, what Basic Fun could bring to the table in their next wave could be some really cool stuff, and we just have to wait and see. Wait, hold on a second.
For Hayden do the CornerCade centipede is pretty awesome, man. Trackball is really cool. I have it, so I think you'd like that. I don't know how the big one is yet, but the CornerCade is pretty good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, not a fan of CornerCades, but I wish companies would do the Partycade because you still get that big full size screen.
Yeah,
like that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Arcade One Up, I don't know what they were doing. That's like, because you talk about making something more 200, 250
for a
that's how much
apartment in New York.
You should be doing the Partycade, not the Slim Katie. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that.
When that guy said that, who was it? B Kong did an interview. When he said it, I was like, this guy's out of his mind. If you come to Chicago and you go, like, I used to live in Wrigleyville, like downtown. I mean, they're small. I mean, you pay a lot of money for a small ass place, and there's no way you're buying a Slim Katie. You're gonna buy, if they have Partycades, you're gonna buy a couple of those for your studio or your apartment.
Hey, just wall mount and be done with it.
That's it, man. Yeah.
I don't know. So again,
the guy was full of it.
It's I think his name's Rob from Arcade One Up. Now, I will say this, a lot of people are like, hey, they got Arcade One Up people at Basic Fun. They should have got this, right? Which, again, there's some truth to that, but we don't know who's over there. It could have been the guy that was getting the donuts and the cup of coffee. He doesn't know what's going on. He was just hired from Arcade One Up, and now he's an executive producer of something, right? So you just don't know. Like, I could be from somewhere, but I don't know the nuances of the business. I'm just a manager, right?
We're doing great.
So
everything's great. We got it for the New York fans.
Exactly. So we don't know the whole story. So again, but
I think the whole story is they don't have any licensing and they see it slipping away. They're sticking with their 4 main cabs and that's it.
Yeah, and that's good luck to Arcade One Up with that. If that's going to be the motto, it's not going to last too long. But I will say, like, with Basic Fun, I think they're tripping up, but I think they're going to get back up on their feet and they're going to get another go around of this, and hopefully they'll get that right again with their second wave. They communicated to the community, putting out a couple messages, kind of fixing some stuff. So they obviously do listen, and you'd be a fool not to. I mean, we eat, sleep, and breathe these things, for crying out loud. If you're a rookie, you're gonna have an ear to the ground on everything, not just us here at the CornerCade, not just B Kirby, not Michael B, everybody. You're gonna listen to everybody, the good, bad, and ugly of everything, and kind of formulate and collect a thought together and say, okay, this is what we need to do for the next line, and this is how we can achieve that. And hopefully we make enough noise, because on that Turtles cabinet, for example, there were just console games on there. So I think, again, a lot of talking about it in the community, getting loud, waking up, letting your voices be heard, saying, wait, we need arcade titles on there. All that console stuff's garbage. It's all extra stuff. So I think a lot of that, like, oh wow, okay, wait, hold on a second, we didn't even have the counts. So maybe it helps, right? Anything saying helps. We help push them in the right direction. B Kirby, I think you can kind of agree on that, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think just give them a chance, man. I think they'll do all right. I think grown men getting upset about petty stuff is kind of looks foolish, man.
Well, I hope they keep coming with new and exciting things, because we gutted the arcade, and we want to bring back some of those titles that we missed in the Supreme. They're XL size, and we also want to get new titles. I mean, chat, how cool would it be to have an XL Turtles cabinet, right? I mean, that was something I miss Turtles, right? And Arcade One Up, the form factor just didn't cut it for me anymore. It was really short. The riser design, right? There was a lot of things that was like, dude, I'm good. Like, I wanna be able to play on a bigger cabinet.
What do you think, John D? You think he's gonna come out with like 1 cab a year or something?
Oh God, I hope not. I hope not.
That's what
I
it
would
feels
say
like.
at least two. I know if we scroll up here, Stupid Habit says I'm expecting some big news at CES in January. Yes, Iconic will be there, and I can guarantee you Double Dragon will be in the house. So he says I think Iconic will be aiming for the leak that 2023 coffee stain list with AVP, Track and Field, Smash TV, Just a Hunch. I think they're gonna be there with the Double Dragon. And then the next cab, who knows, right? I've heard Tekken. That's one I'm pushing hard because why the hell not? It's new and it's exciting. I get it's a fighter, people, but you got to understand the 90s was fighters. Arcade has fighters. They have beat 'em ups, shoot 'em ups. They have, light gun games. There's driving games. It's all part of the equation, right? So we're all going to get there. I hope that they do a lot of variety of things. I know John D probably isn't the biggest 80s fan, but you got to push the heart of the
How old is
arcades as
John D?
well.
How old is John D?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
I'm just curious.
he
Because in
likes
the
the 90s.
90s, when it comes to guys like me in the 90s, I wasn't sitting in an arcade, man. I was in a
Most
nightclub.
people weren't. Yeah, most people
No.
weren't in the
So the
arcades
80s
anymore.
cabs are the ones I am like more interested in. I do like a lot of 90s games, and I'm not saying I don't, but there's cooler looking cabs from the 80s. In the 90s, like I'm old enough to know that like in the 80s they gave a shit about the artwork and everything. The cab was beautiful. In the 90s it became about greed, just slapping stickers on them, getting out there and just start getting quarters in them, start making money on them. That's really what the 90s was about. And I would like to see there's some cool ass 80 cabs that they should come out with. There's a lot of good
100%.
ones. I mean, Street
There's
Fighter
so
originally
many.
came out. The first one came out in the 80s, or yeah, late 80s, 87 or something like that. And then Street Fighter 2, by the time that came out, I wasn't going to arcades at that time.
Yeah, and I was more like a 90s early aughts, and I hope we get games from all the
You're
eras
younger
because
though.
that's
You're a lot younger than me.
yeah, and but it satisfies
But you
everybody,
look
right?
older.
Like,
You know what I mean?
oh, thanks, appreciate it. Hey, kids age you guys. I got gray in my beard. My wife loves
Yeah.
the gray in my beard. But yeah, you should have taken a. If you look at a picture from me, just 5 years ago when I was holding my daughter at the
I'm messing
hospital.
with you, Danny.
No, dude,
Yeah.
I looked like I was like 21. I was like, holy cow, kids have aged me. Like, it's insane.
Gotcha.
So,
understand.
long and short, I do wish that these companies do, and I love it. Okay, so like here, I actually got a picture. Let's bring this up here. Let me go find this real quick. We talked about John D's latest, iconic arcade situation. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like a work of art. Like, this is what we've always wanted, and this is why you go XL or you go home, because it just
See,
a 3/4 scale
really,
list just ain't gonna cut it.
No, I really like it a lot. I just don't like Double Dragon, dude. Like, I love that cab. It looks beautiful. But if I got it, I would have to put different games on it. Like, if he's gonna do what Michael B said, the DLC where you can buy games. If he's doing that, then yeah, definitely I would get that because I think it's a cool looking cab. I always liked the way that cab looked. And then I think it was Double Dragon 2. Was it 2? Had a really cool looking cab. But it's 2 or 3, right? There was a couple of them that came out. But no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I just don't like the game. Like I played it. I mean, I played it as when I was younger, a teenager. But I have behind me this multicade, and it has like it's playing WrestleFest right now, right? And it's got the WWF. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
no,
it's Double Dragon. I tried playing it when I heard about this cab, and I was just like, oh my god, dude, this game sucks. I was like, and I remember loving it when I was younger, but I would have to download a bunch of other games on that to really enjoy it. And I'm glad that he came out with the 6 buttons. I know Michael B doesn't like that. Michael B wants like an original looking cab, but that's not going to happen, unless you're going to get it from a different company. But it doesn't make sense for John D to make an original 3-button cab. That would just be foolish. You'd have to make it to where you can play other games on it too.
And I think this is it looks great, and it does get me excited. Again, they got to deliver, right? They got to deliver the Street Fighter cab, which again,
let me get my alpha first, man.
Still bet my bottom dollar that it's going to be here before Christmas. But Devastator Omega agrees that the 6 button is a good choice. Hey,
yeah, you have to have the 6 button, man.
Clip it, and let me know in December, past Christmas. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, again, you got to deliver the first one, but this is great. Get excited about the second one. This does look like an absolute art piece. It's just something
cool.
that this is what we play for, man. This is why we love these retro cabinets, and it's awesome, man. It's absolutely awesome. And again, I've never played Double Dragon in my life, right? I heard it's a terrible game, but I'm still gonna get this cabinet. It's how crazy is that, right? But now you can have all of your, Arc System Works, Taito games, and you have like your it's it, right? Your multi-K. I think this is it's so cool looking. And again, next to my Killer Instinct Pro, and then have like Alpha 2 next to that. Now we're cooking with fire, right? Now we're making a really cool arcade of a lot of cool stuff in my home that I can enjoy and play with. And yeah, like, right, it's not arcade accurate, but I think Michael B and I solved that problem a little bit when he gave the video I sent him to John D. We showed it in plenty of videos, and he loved that 6-button layout where the colors on the bottom and black on the top, where it kind of masks it a little bit, but you still have that, right? You still have that multi-cade feel where you can play a lot more games. So again, that'd be cool. Garage Gamer says Double Dragon Revive is amazing. Just wait for that, guys. Playing it at PAX was great.
Yeah, that looks cooler.
I don't know if they're gonna do that. If they're just gonna do the OG again.
No,
we'll have to wait
they're
for
not.
CES.
I don't think they will. Yeah, I don't think so. I wish they would, because I'd buy that over this. But I don't see that happening. But no, I like it. I like it. I just don't like the game, man. I just
Thor KC's. I think I'm good for Double Dragon, so he's good for that one.
I would like to see the game list. Like, let's see what other games are on it, because then there might be other games that I'm like, oh, dude, I'm getting it, because it's got
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Well, these will be more like multi-cades where you'll be able to add games into the future, right? Like they're doing a Street Fighter.
I think that's super cool, man.
The possibilities are endless, and I like that. I like where this is going, right? I do feel comfortable that
you can continue making money off one cab.
Yeah, it's kind of like that iArcade at games method
keep
with
making money off the one cab that you sold to somebody. It's just like at games. I mean, it just is a smart idea if John D does that.
And Chris Nooner, we should have that as well. He said, I'm hoping to see Return of the Jedi Supreme by Christmas, but I have my doubts. I don't know. The rumors were that all 3 Supreme cabinets were going to be out for the holiday season, because that's kind of how they advertise their Ultra line, right? But they've only really put WrestleFest Supreme in the promotional materials. Now, this literally we could wake up tomorrow morning and it's good as golden and we are back in the building and A-OK, right? But we really haven't seen anything really when it comes to the Supreme line. So again, fingers crossed we get WrestleFest. I would love all 3 because I'd like to be able to choose. Maybe I pass on WrestleFest right now, even though that's probably out of the 3 the one I would probably want most, right? It's a new and exciting IP. It's a beautiful looking cabinet. But maybe I take a turn on Return of the Jedi because I don't need to mod that at all. It is ready, set, ready to go. I don't need to do anything. The Centipede cabinet. I wouldn't need to do anything with the Centipede cabinet either. I'd probably just swap in, hap buttons, right? But that's easy. That's it, right? So, the Return of the Jedi really is one I don't have to mess around with, and I don't have to mod it. Just build it, and it's ready to go. So again,
I like it because I have the Star Wars, and I think like next to each other it'd be pretty cool. And I get the Star Wars with the Buy Stuff Arcade thing.
Oh, you got the mod in there? Yeah.
The mod, and then I ordered when I did it, I got the 4-inch riser, like a riser booster. So it's not just regular size. So I like it, man. I think the Return of the Jedi looks pretty cool.
Yeah, we're starting to see kind of like, the rumors and grumblings of things. I mean, even like Michael B touched on his Monday show yesterday. He said, Unico might be making like the perfect home arcade because it's like a multi-cade, and that's how it was in the real arcades, right? Now I would prefer a 19-inch screen. I don't need a 26-inch screen staring me in the face. If that could save a couple $100, that would help too. They're making it's rumored to be a big red Supreme XL version of that, right? So almost full size of a big red cabinet, which I would be on board for. I loved the MVSX cabinet.
Is big red, is that 90s?
Well, yeah, it's what so Unico always came out with. There's hundreds of these different
big red and big blue. That's more like 90s, right? Both of those cabs, big red, blue, big blue.
Yeah.
When you hear people talk, to me, those are butt ugly, dude. Sorry, man. Like,
what's going on, Con? Thank you so much for stopping by.
zero nostalgia for Big Red or Big Blue.
Yeah,
I think they're just a big red box and a big blue box, and
yeah,
people get so excited about it.
I
Normally younger than me,
I like
but
both of those. I like both of those. I will say
yeah,
that they're
I'm
both
not
they
trying
both
to
had their.
rain on your
No,
thing
you
here,
won't
man,
do
but
that. You won't do that.
yeah, to me, I think they're ugly as shit, dude. So
Yeah.
I like the cabs of the '80s. That's my thing.
Well, yeah, you're an I mean, like Michael B's the same
Yeah.
way. He loves the '80s, but he also, So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and I think in the coming months we'll kind of know a little bit more. I think it's going to be great. I think options are fantastic. I love to see 800 companies making these things where I can pick and choose. Because look at it, guys. I'll say this 100 times over. If we only had Arcade 1-Up still, you'd be down to a big buck hunter that's been reskinned that most of us already own, which doesn't have a light up marquee, just to let you know. Terminator
Sorry,
2,
Big
which they
Vicious.
shrunk down.
He just said the Red XL is his.
Oh
his
yeah, there
dream
you the big red XL. So
Sorry,
you'd
bud.
have a Terminator 2 slim design and a Pac-Man pub table, which again had $100 price increase from last year's version of the same damn thing, just skinned Miss Pac-Man. So I want to just preference that really there's nothing more to get this holiday season, if it's just Arcade 1-Up. But now you have a chance to get some of these Supreme cabs that could be coming out from Basic Fun, if and when we don't know. Again, it's a day-to-day thing. And you can get your Alpha 2 cab from Iconic Arcade. So there's so many more avenues, and with more companies, New Wave Toys rumored to be kind of getting their hands in the pot. We've discussed this with Glenn's Retro Show, a year and a half ago. They said they wanted to get in on this, and I was really hyped about that because they'd be making real authentic stuff. We just don't want that real authentic price point, of course, but it would be
gonna be
really cool for
expensive,
them
man.
to dip in. Yeah. And it's
For
cool to see. It's
Uniqlo,
cool to see
they're
the
gonna be big
the
money.
different layers,
Yeah.
right? You could have your premium, your mid tier, and your low tier, right? Even if Basic Fun is a low tier, still giving you that Arcade 1-Up, that quality that we all
That's what
know
it's
and
gonna
love.
be.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. It's great for people to get in on the hobby. It's great for myself. Nobody has billions of dollars, right? And if you had that mid tier with Iconic Arcade, and maybe you had that high tier with a New Waves or Unico, right? Like
Kato
great.
7771. I was not in the arcades in 1990. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, Big Red was released in year 1990. There's so because the cool thing about that cabinet was you could select from 2 to 4 games, right, that were on there. So you had a marquee where they had 4 different, and you could select, Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug, Bubble Bobble, whatever you wanted to play, right? And that was cool. King of Fighters, obviously, like that was really cool because you were right at that cabinet, you could play whatever you want, and that to me, I loved my MVSX. The form factor was just whack, and if they could redo this in a Supreme XL, Extreme, you got all the companies out, those sizes would just be awesome. I would be a day one buyer if it's in the right price point. Iconic Arcade is already kind of like maxed out for me, my price point, even though they could get a little bit more with all the tariff talk that's coming in November, like you touched on, B Kirby.
Becoming
so
like a very expensive hobby.
it is, and it sucks.
Like
gone are the days.
You think,
yeah.
Well, think about Arcade 1-Up from 2020 to 2024. They didn't have to worry about fluctuating tariffs. Like every other month, it was like, okay, we're gonna jack the tariffs up. We're gonna take them down. We're gonna jack them up to 100%, 140%, 100%, 80%. So there's so much. It's so unstable. So these companies don't know what to do. Like they don't know what to price it at. Like what's Glenn gonna do if the 100% tariff sticks in November? Like he said, if the tariffs go up too high, he's gonna have to return everybody's money. I mean, like it's Arcade 1-Up.
It's a real thing, guys.
It's a real thing. Like he said that. So I mean, think about from 2020 to 2024 was probably like the heyday for Arcade 1-Ups, for sure. Those were like when the best cabs came out. They had to deal with none of that. No tariff, no trade stuff, nothing. They were able to produce, man, and not have to worry about that shit. And they were able to give it at a lower price too. I mean, I think I got my Blitz for like $300. So
yeah,
that's the only cab I ever got a deal on.
The Street Fighter Deluxe, I got that for $299 when it first came out. We price matched it. Originally got it for $399, price matched it down to $299. So that was incredible. I still to this day don't understand how they just ran that sale and never ran it again on any other cabinet. But $299 was the going for that.
Constorm.
I should have bought a couple of them just to mod it because I ended up doing that anyways. But yeah, it's Constorm Entertainment touches on it. It says home arcade in general is in a tight spot right now. Anything could cause a collapse, you know. So yeah, and see Marvel touches up on this too. They did a deal with the rising cost of wood during COVID. I know there was a big
huge, man. I know that personally. It would, but it's not wood. They weren't using wood. I mean, it was pressboard, but like plywood, actual lumber, shit, man, it skyrocketed. Anyone that could hold off, I would tell people when they wanted to build a deck or something like that, including my brother, I'd say, dude, just wait a couple of years. Wait into these prices are crazy right now. What it would cost you to build a big deck on the back of your house, you know? So, but yeah, they you know, it was pressboard, man. They weren't really paying that much for that shit.
So to sum it up, before we do our giveaway here, you know, basic fun. Look for them in the future to do some fun stuff, guys. Don't you know, because we got a poll
don't
here.
count them out.
We got a poll.
All right.
I asked. I put it. B Kirby, did you vote in the poll? Did you vote in the poll at all?
No, I did not.
It's okay, man. It says your feeling on basic fun in the future for the next line of home arcades. I'm disappointed, optimistic for Wave 2, looking for other options, you know, other companies. I'm satisfied, you know. And listen, there's a lot of it went to I'm disappointed at 32%. But I will say this, the chat has spoken. We're going to end the poll. It does say 47% are optimistic for Wave 2. So I just put that. I ended the poll. It'll pop up on there for you.
There we go.
So yeah, so optimistic for Wave 2, and then looking for other options.
What is I'm satisfied? What does that mean? I'm satisfied
as far as you have no complaints with this cabinet, and it is fine. Any cabinet that you bought, any product that you bought.
So really 47 plus 5% is the majority. You know what I mean? Optimistic for Wave 2, and I'm satisfied. I mean, you're looking at 52%, right? So, I mean, it's more than half the people are satisfied or optimistic for the future. So that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I think it's just going to get better, hopefully, you know, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it can only...
Otherwise, they're screwed. If they don't learn off of everything, and I know they're listening to all you guys for sure, 100%. Yeah, they got to learn off this stuff. And
you can only go up from here, right?
So they're not arcade one up where people could be like, oh, they should know by now. But they don't. This is brand new for them. Yeah. And hiring Cyrus a week before your cabs come out, that's not going to do anything, you know. They're hiring him for future stuff. You know,
I think it's definitely time for Cyrus with what he did at Arcade One Up. It's kind of put up or shut up time for Cyrus. So you either go big or you go home. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Basic fun won't deal with any nonsense, man.
Yeah. So let's get a drum roll here, guys, because we are going to share our first giveaway, guys. So let me bring this down real quick. Let's do this. Let's bring this up. There we go. All right, guys, can you see it? The code word here is #BasicFun for our first Amazon $50 gift card, courtesy of B Kirby, in the building. So guys, let your voices be heard. Put it in the chat. Let's do that. While that's rocking and rolling, again, it's #BasicFun. That'll be our first giveaway there. And this will help cut the cost down on some of that tariff pricing, right, B Kirby? If you want to get an arcade cabinet, you gave yourself an additional $50 off that WrestleFest cab. Now it's only $350. Now it's looking a little bit more enticing, right?
Yeah. Now it's only $150 for CornerCade.
Oh, there we go. I'm sorry. I didn't start. You start collecting the comments. So if you're the first, I'm sorry, I made it smaller. If you're the first couple comments there, so Devastator Omega, I would retype it. Constorm, I would retype it. Sir Sega, retype it. Pinball Junkies, retype it. Just to make sure. I got 20 entries right now. So that's a hashtag. I'm sorry, I didn't hit the button to start it. Got too wound up talking. But
man, you had one job.
Amateur hour here at the Apollo, right? So, long and short, while we're collecting those comments, I mean, if we're going to talk about basic fun, I'll do 4 arcade companies and we can kind of talk about it a little bit while we're collecting the comments. But, yeah, I'm excited to see the Supreme line, like you were saying, see if it's any better. I know it'll have a coin door on it. It'll have the speaker grill covers, but, you know,
and I'm hoping it has the deck protector.
Yeah, and again, PlayGuard surface was where I like, but if we can get the deck protector and they fix that going forward and do a PlayGuard surface, yes, 100% agree. And we're going to see if there's more games too, because that's kind of what we were promised, right? Supreme, more games, right? That's what we wanted, more games for the Supreme. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Keep those entries coming. We got 27 entries. I got 62 people in the house, guys. So wake up. If you're on a TV, we got $50 riding on the line here. Let's get it going here. Calvin Wong's asked, what mods are you doing, Danny? I have nothing currently scheduled. This is all frozen until we figure out what's coming in, what's coming out, right? Like what cabinets are we going to get? If we get Return of the Jedi, you know, nothing. We don't need to mod that. It looks great. If we're getting WrestleFest, when it comes on a sale, there's going to be some heavy modding to that, but it'll also be fun. It'll be fun for the channel. It'll be great to see what we do with it.
That's another thing that I wanted to say, that Return of the Jedi, there is zero way you could have made that cab different, like with the bottom base. Like, I mean, I understood what I think James said, like bring the yoke out. That makes a lot of sense. But actually, like putting the base, like the original base, you'd have to use 3/4 inch plywood, and then the CRT for that base makes it so heavy to where it's not going to tip, you know. And the base on that's so wide. If you look at the real one, it's a wide base. The actual bottom platform of the base. You could never do that. That's why that 720, that Arcade 1-Up prototype, that would have never came out. Never in a million years. Unless you put sandbags or made that base about 3 times the size of the top of the cab.
That's what I was kind of hinting to. Like, could be a tipping hazard, and there's a lot of things that like it wouldn't be stable.
And 1/2-inch press board, like, come on, man. You're literally gonna sneeze and that thing's gonna blow over.
Yeah, that's I just don't see it personally.
No.
But yeah, that's I think they made that 720 just because they said, hey, look, this is what we can do.
This
right?
is cool.
Like,
this is what we can do.
Like, it's the same reason why they made the 6-player
cool
X-Men.
that James, I think it's really cool that he got the track and field, man. That's pretty cool. You know, I was bidding against him on that one. You know that.
Yeah,
I was. I had him beat too, man. Then
that's wild.
They pulled it off, and
that's wild.
He somehow got it, man. But
he's a big. I think whoever had that noticed that he was a big fan of it. So again, not my cup of tea, right? But again, it's cool that again, like you don't have to buy everything.
All I know is if I ever go to Kansas, what's he? Kansas, right? James, Kansas.
Missouri, I think.
Kansas, Missouri area. If I go there, I'm probably gonna jump him and then rob it from his house.
You hear that, James? Lock your doors, buddy. B Kirby's coming. Now we got 30 entries in here, guys. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds here because we got 4 of these that we're gonna give away. So this is the first round, and guys, if you win, I have it set on that you can't win again. So just be respectful of that. Don't keep hashtagging it. We got the winners. We got the winners. If someone double wins, we'll just respin. And guys, when and if you win, please go ahead and email me at thecornercade@gmail.com with all of your information so we can send that over to you, courtesy of B Kirby, one of our fantastic community members in the house. So really do appreciate you doing this, man. So let's give our first thing a spin here, Kirby. Let's do it. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Oh, 90s Arcade Time. Let's go, dude. 90s Arcade Time is our first winner. Shout outs to you in the chat. This is dope. I love this. And nice. We will I think if I draw again, let me think. I'll have to go back and try this again. Yeah, we'll go back. We'll do here. We'll bring this back up here. So 90s Arcade Time 1, if you're still in the chat, which I hope you are, you're going to go ahead and email me at thecornercade@gmail.com. We'll kind of just keep that there so you guys can know. Jot it down. Let me get your information because we're going to need to, we're going to need to know what, where to send this to, right? And I think our next one we'll set up here. So we'll do, let's see who we talked about.
Iconic.
Let's do Iconic. Okay, there we go. So we'll do our next one. Let's do this. There you go. Iconic Arcade. Hashtag Iconic Arcade. Hey, anytime, man. Thank you for always being a part of the show. And this is what happens. Yep, this is what happens, man. So Iconic Arcade is the next $50 gift card, Amazon gift card winner. Look, guys, if you could add anything to your arcade, you can get some cool like neon lights like you see back here. You can.
Hey,
I think three.
John Jay put basic fun. Tell him to put iconic arcade.
Oh yeah, John Jay, you got to put iconic arcade, my guy. This is a new one right here. But yeah, $350 for the Ultra WrestleFest. Does that make it? That sounds a little bit more enticing, right? Right, B Kirby?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Congratulations, Manuel the Wise Guy, for sure. You know, we got 3 more winners tonight. Let's do this, guys. I got 27 entries
These
so
are
far.
rookie numbers, man.
I love it. These are rookie numbers. Wake up, chat. Oh, that's great. Yeah, you know, it's funny. We didn't reach our goal tonight, but I mean, we've extended the show and gone overtime anyway. So let's do this. This is great. So iconic arcade. B Kirby, we're both in on the Alpha 2 cabinet. Are you hyped? Are you just like waiting like a patient, just like rocking back and forth, waiting like this?
No, I'm a pretty patient guy, man. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what it looks like. You know, like in person. You know,
I've been I want to see what that marquee looks like in person. Yep.
I want to see like when you see the seam on the sidewalls, like how noticeable it is, or if it's pretty good. You know. So
yeah, I think it's gonna be like an arcade 1-up. You know, like we've been there, done that with those. So I think it'll be all right.
And Mystery Encoder, I cannot wait for him to come out with this mod for this. Because I got the Egg Games Mini or Micro, and I like it, but I never pulled the trigger on a full size Egg Games, the 4KP. Once I started seeing reviews of you guys getting locked out of your machines and not being able to play games, I was just like that right away. I was just like, I'm done. I'm not going to get anything like that. You know, so I don't like that. Or, you know, I just think that I think the games you should buy, like the games I buy for the Micro, get downloaded on a thumb drive. From my understanding, I had to get a thumb drive to actually download these games. And so I could play it offline.
Yeah,
you know,
there definitely has to be an offline mode, but I've never had a problem with having to log in every time I turn on my machine.
No, but you look at like Gallagher guy. He had such an issue with his, man. I don't
know why certain machines are affected and certain people's aren't. It's very bizarre. I was only
locked out. I really like that machine. I want the Attack from Mars, but I don't know what's going on with them. You can't order like half the ones they have on there. You know, I think there's only like 2 you can order.
Yeah, right now, there's only like a few because I don't know, they're out of stock of the other ones. But yeah, I think, you know, I love the machine. I've only been locked out, I think, twice when they had that actual offline fiasco like a year ago or something. And then just recently, like the servers were down, so I really couldn't play the machine at all, which is terrible. Like you got to have an offline mode because I paid for this. This is mine now. You don't own it anymore.
Yes,
this is now mine. You know, so what Goofy Foot is this? Moneybags Kirby? Moneybags Kirby in the building, baby. Let's go. Devastator Omega says, yeah, what's up with At Games locking people off their stuff that are buying 100%? Like, again, I haven't had like extreme issues at all, like a lot of other people have, which is unfortunate. Every time I turn it on, I don't have to log on, and I just do my own thing. So, all right, let's see here. We got 30 entries in the house right now. So let's give this.
Brown put in. You got to put a hashtag iconic arcade.
Yep, we're doing hashtag iconic arcade, Robert. So if you wanted to do that real quick. But yeah, so we'll let if he's here, we can get it in real quick. I'll do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and we're gonna go ahead and spin it, Mr. Robert. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Oh, he got it in. He got it in that time. There we go. Let's draw this. Oh, let's go. What's it gonna be? Oh, Provolone Joe in the house. Let's go, dude. Provolone Joe, congratulations. You just got $50 in your pocket. Again, remember, email thecornercade@gmail.com so we can take care of that. Man, this looks so high def and cool. This looks awesome. Let's bring us back up here. We'll get the next drawing underway here. Let's see what we got here. We'll do, I think we got to do a Wonderland one. Hold on, let me see.
Hold on. Do GRS for Glenn. Just it's very 3-letter GRS.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Let's do GRS for the next one because B Kirby's got something to say here. B Kirby's got something to say. Definitely, congratulations, Provolone Joe. Let's go, man. So you got that one coming? You said?
Yes.
Dude, that's exciting. Did you get the one? Which one did you get? Did you get the one with the Nintendo hood, so it looks like a Nintendo game? Or just going plain Jane? Or what are you doing?
No, I'm gonna make it like an Akari Warriors.
Oh, okay, like James. Okay.
Yeah, but with the exact with the actual FU cap.
That's cool. That'll be exciting. You gotta take pictures and stuff and some video when you're assembling it.
Devastator Omega wants to know how to spell GRS.
Oh, Devastator, just follow the chat. Follow the chat. Oh, that's an easy one. I like that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, like, once people get the GRS into their homes, hopefully, right? We take tariffs.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's gonna, who knows, right? So
I don't think it's as ugly as Michael B. He like really doesn't like it. I don't think it's that ugly. I just think the top comes out a little too much. Should have been a little shallower or something. I don't know. It was just a weird, or the screen. I don't know. Something's goofy with the top. The way it's shaped. But it's not the end of the world. I think it's a pretty good cab, and I think anything from Glenn's gonna be tight. So.
Oh yeah, the quality will be there.
Yeah, the quality is
hard none. Yeah, 100%. Dude.
The only thing I didn't like about, honestly, Glenn during the time was just like shitting on other iconic arcade one up. It was like he didn't have to. He's better than that. GRS he's got some quality stuff. I have all his trackballs and my centipedes, like my partycades and stuff like that. Like he puts out some quality stuff, man. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it'll be really cool to see once it's in people's hands for sure.
Yeah. Mine's gonna be in Akari Warriors. So
that thing is weighted to be in the arcade. Like that's the quality that you could order that for a real arcade. So
yeah,
it'll be really cool once people get that into their hands. That me, I love
too is that's why a lot of people like basic fun, arcade one up, stuff like that. And it's because you watch a lot of these. I watch all these shows, like even ones that you guys probably don't watch. And some of them that just constantly just live to shit on this stuff. Like just literally go on and just talk about how bad this is, how bad arcade one, bad. They're crappy. They're made out of press board, yada, 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 right? I don't, it's that, or you're going to buy something that's going to cost you $2-3 grand, or have a handheld and be satisfied with that. But I think most people got into this stuff to create an arcade room to remind them of their childhood. So I don't understand why people shit on it, because it's just stupid. Like we're dumb. Like we don't know it's made out of press board. No shit. You know what I mean? Like I got rods in my neck. I don't know if you could see these scars. Can you see them?
Yeah.
See? Yeah, I got rods that hold my neck, that fuse my neck and my lower back. You think I'm buying real arcades that weigh a ton of weight? Hell no. I'm in my 50s. Like that's not happening, man. I like these little things that I can move around with no problem. I don't have to call my nephews and everybody over to help me move an arcade cabinet.
Yeah, or fix it. Thanks. You got to know a guy. You got to like a mechanic. You got to know a guy.
So when I hear people shit on this stuff, it's just like, man, come on, dude. It's not that serious.
It's not that deep, as I would always say. It's a fun hobby, like having like the different form factor, shapes and sizes, and having that real art on there, tailored towards each individual game. That's what I love. That's what I love. That's a replication of the arcade.
Mike thinks it's ugly because he can't get one.
Oh, because he's in Canada. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's see who I got here. We got 28 entries. I'll give it a couple more seconds here, and then we'll kind of spin, and then we'll be on our last one. This is for an Amazon $50 gift card. Kind of help the price of, if you want to get WrestleFest, you can certainly do that. Otherwise, you can get anything you want. You get a pair of socks.
Centipede.
You get a centipede. Yep. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can get. Brooklyn Menace, thank you so much, man, for stopping in. You just came in.
Brooklyn?
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Got a chance here.
Brooklyn.
So let's go. We got 31 entries. I'm gonna, get up or get out the way, guys. This is it. This is now. Provolone Joe, you've already won. You cannot enter again. Just as a heads up. So we had two winners so far. We got 2 more. We're gonna draw it again.
Gotta give them. Yeah.
We're gonna spread the love around, guys. We're gonna spread the love. Can you imagine one person winning it all? That'd be ridiculous. Johnny Blaze, let's go. We got Johnny Blaze, Provolone Joe. We got 2 winners. Johnny Blaze, congratulations. Let's go, man. Let me scroll up here. How could I forget? He had an X-Men 97 cap as his avatar there. The chat was flying, so I couldn't even see that. It was 90s arcade time. 90s arcade time won the first one.
Provolone
90s
Joe
arcade
and Johnny
and Johnny Blaze, dude. Let's go. And my phone's already going off because people are emailing me. So congratulations to you guys. We will go ahead and bring this down real quick. We're gonna go ahead with our final winner for a $50 Amazon gift card. Kind of get what you want here. We're gonna do Wonderland. We're gonna do Wonderland on this one. Actually, you know what? On the final one, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it for you, buddy. Hold on. Let's do this one. Let's do this. All right, this will be the final one right here. Let's bring this down. But the Wonderland, yes, they will be able to definitely sell that. And B Kirby, this one's for you right here.
There we go. Thanks.
B Kirby. Let's go. Yeah, Tommy Tellerico. We're gonna do that one. Tommy Tellerico. Johnny Blaze is hyped. He's ready to go. Let's do this, man. That's awesome. Devastator Omega's trying. Israel Gaming is trying. You guys keep putting it in there. B Kirby is the final one, the final drawing. We're giving away $200 tonight. Insanity. Thank you so much, man. Again, B Kirby, for hopping on and doing this, making it a fun show.
I love this community. Yeah, I think it's cool.
Hey, B Kirby, I feel like we should have done Arnie Palmy or something, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, dude. I don't drink, man. You start seeing Frank the Tank, man.
No. This is non-alcoholic stuff, dude. This is just iced tea and lemonade. It's Arnold Palmer, Arnie Palmy. Oh, yeah, come on. You don't even taste iced tea. Trust me. These things are phenomenal. C Marvel can preach if he's still here. He tried it based off my recommendation. He loves it. He's like, dude, I love this. Never had it before. Yeah, you gotta get it for those work days, man. It's a big can. It's 99 cents. It'll cool you off. No problem. In it? Let's see.
Is there caffeine in tea? That tea has caffeine, right? Or tea?
No, there's no caffeine.
No.
Maybe my wife was saying that there was caffeine in here. I don't see caffeine.
No problem, Tim York.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't see any caffeine. But who knows? Maybe that's why I'm so hyped all the time. I don't even realize. We got a bunch of Ghost energy drinks in the fridge too. We should have brought one of those on the show. Let's see here. We got a lot of people coming in hot here with they're good, just lots of sugar. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm so hyped. No, CC Marvel. He said, "Have you ever had the herbal tonic one?" No, I have not. I've only had this one. This is the only one. There's other flavors. It's like a raspberry. I think I tried that one time. It was okay, but I like the original. Oh, favorite Ghost. B Kirby, have you had Ghost before? The energy drink?
No.
Okay, my favorite.
I've only had a Red Bull. I've never had any other kind of energy drink.
Yeah,
I don't even drink those. I drink like
no,
regular,
I don't. Coke I don't want. Yeah, exactly. I would. My favorite one is the watermelon one. It's like the
Jason. Thanks. I knew their tea had caffeine because tea is like almost like coffee. It'll make you alert.
Dude, that's crazy. That's why I'm so hyped all the time.
No shit, you drink 20 of those a night, dude. No wonder you're the way you are, dude.
We're back, baby. Oh, Arcade is rocking.
Like 7 in the morning, you're texting me, let's effing go. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy?
We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. What are you doing? Let's go.
Roll.
No, that's funny. Yeah, so my favorite Ghost is the Warhead Watermelon one. That's for pinball junkies.
Yeah, never.
Warhead Watermelon is like that's my favorite. My favorite one.
T. Well, according to Chris, T gives him a British accent. I've heard that happen sometimes. You got to be careful with that.
Good day, mate.
It's true.
Good day, mate, for sure. Yeah.
It sounds like Australian, dude.
I don't have a good Western European accent. So
you just sounded like Crocodile Dundee, dude.
We'll go with that. Pinball junkies
crikey.
Pink lemonade and greatest creamsicle. Yeah, pink lemonade's good. There's another one too. I can't remember. I got a new one. It's like black cherry. It's in the fridge. My wife wanted us to try it when she used to be on the show. We used to always try new flavored Ghosts. That was fun. Yeah, the other one was British. The other one was British for sure. Yeah, the other accent. Rich Odello, you slid in. Get in on this. It's B Kirby. It's the last $50 gift card. This is what happens when you guys aren't here. We get away $200 tonight, courtesy of B Kirby. Slid on in with the B Kirby. Let's go, baby. So this is for a $50 Amazon gift card, guys. We got 29 entries on each one of these, almost around the same.
Hey,
Let's go ahead
can I
and
give out my affiliate link for Amazon?
yeah, sure can. You can do that on your own channel.
No, I've heard there's been some nonsense about that.
I don't. I got affiliate links in every one of my videos in the comments description. So guys, if you need a backpack,
somebody was
use my
about
affiliate link. If you need an X arcade unit, pop on in. Let's go, baby. Let's go ahead and draw this. All right, guys. Who is it going to be? I stumbled in. That's okay, Rich O'Dell. You're here, and that's all that matters. All right, who's it going to be? Oh, Wet Out. Okay, let's go. Wet Out won the final $50 gift card. Again, all winners, please email me at thecornercade@gmail.com. Let's effing go, baby. Congratulations to all 4 of the winners tonight. That sure was fun to do. I always love doing the spin. I always love doing trivia too with you guys. We got to get back on that Trivia Tuesdays.
Cool. We'll do it. We'll do this again one day.
It's always fun to, it's always fun to go ahead and do this and to give back.
And
then
I got to say something for anybody, because I know I have, and I think a lot of people have, but that Steve Sale, like, if you guys can go to his donate to his GoFundMe, he needs a little bit more to get over that hump. So
100,000%. Yes,
I seen him on Rascals, and he's a really nice guy. So I would try and help him out if you can.
Pinball Junkie's giving you a little love. Jason, if you want to throw that GoFundMe in the chat, if you're still here, Jason,
Thanks,
Little Alien, let us know. Let us know if one of my moderators could throw Steve Sale's GoFundMe into the chat here.
Thanks, Dusky.
Just as a reminder, for sure.
Yeah, you guys are all awesome, man.
Yeah, anytime.
Don't let this stuff get too serious, man. It's not all that serious, man. Like
I built, when we started this channel, and B Kirby 100% right. It's just about sharing the arcade love. It's about the games. It's about the arcades, and it's about nothing else, man. And that's straight up. There's not about anything else, man. It's about enjoying retro arcades. I love it. I wish I had a truck so I could get real arcades in a basement in my house, which I don't have a house, but that would be just absolutely phenomenal. Restoring real arcades. I mean, this hobby is just so damn cool. Reliving the history.
Guys, a lot of cool people,
100%.
So.
And the community here is absolutely incredible. Thank you, Jason, for sharing that. Since it's not too late, please consider a kind donation to help our friend Steve Sale get back his smile. A donation of any size is greatly appreciated. 100%. Like, we gave what we could. Everybody just give what you can at the end of the day, to help support the cause here. Tim York says Steve Sale's a good dude. Happy to contribute for sure. PB&J says that it isn't that serious. Just great perspective. We're having fun tonight, and
just having fun, man. People I feel like there's like a lot of unneeded drama. Like a lot of guys, man, I don't know how old everybody is in this thing, but I'm into my 50s, and I just don't think that it's that serious. It's just fun. We get these things because they remind me. As a kid, I'll tell you a little bit of backstory. As a kid, my dad had our basement was set up like this. My dad and his friend had a bar, and we had like arcades and stuff. I grew up with the Bally Shuffle. My basement looked like a Chicago tavern. Like, I know most people here don't know what that looks like, but an old school tavern. If I blindfolded you and took you, so I grew up with all this stuff. So this stuff just reminds me of being a kid, So I just think people get into it a little too much, man. Like, it's funny. My God, this, that. It's just like, dude, it's not that serious, man.
It's funny how you brought that up. Like, you grew up on these things, right? Well, I didn't really grow up on these things. I fell in love with these things. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't go to. I
grew up with the real ones, like
an arcade. There would be a couple machines, like an MVSX, for example. Yeah. And an MVSX, for example, would be at like a Pizza Hut when we had to go pick up pizza, and so that's how I knew of arcades, right? And I played them, when my family used to, we used to go out and get hot dogs. I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2. I remember just me and my brother and my mom and dad, and we would just hit on the buttons, watch the attract mode, and then if my parents were feeling froggy, they give us a couple quarters and we'd slap them in there and just get destroyed, right? Because we were just having fun, right? that's how I remember the arcades, and I fell in love with this hobby and all of the history to it when going to an arcade. And it's so cool that I get to share that with my wife and kids, and they get excited playing this, you know. And so it really has become a family affair, which is great because we're not the only ones that this happens to. This happens to everybody in the chat here, everybody in this community,
but
everybody
the
in the
thing
Facebook
too,
groups.
though,
They do
when
the same thing.
you have bigger pages, like bigger content creators, and you like hammer out something like Basic Fun coming out with this cap, right? And it was their first go around. Then the WrestleFest people were upset about, but you can damage a company like that for in creating more stuff in the future. Like maybe they're like, yeah, screw this, whatever. But I don't know. I just don't think it's that serious. I think people get a little too dramatic about the stuff. And it's like we're all pretty old, for the most part. I don't think there's too many 20-year-olds following us, so we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s, so I just think that everybody needs to just have fun. It's cool shit.
It's a perfect way to end the show, B Kirby. It's a great hobby, and we're having fun. We're walking and talking, chilling and chatting, moving and grooving, guys. Another Let's Go show Tuesday night, having fun with each and every one of you guys. I appreciate B Kirby, you coming on, doing an awesome giveaway for everybody in the community. That's really, really cool. Chat, you're always electrifying as always. I absolutely love it. Guys, we'll be here next week, a week from now. Maybe I will be at the Pinball Expo. Maybe not. We'll see what happens, guys. Can't promise anything. Life happens, and we got kids. Cool. Kids are always the wild card, right? So we'll see what happens with Basic Fun moving forward. Hopefully, next show we can talk about maybe some Supremes that have been released. We'll see what happens. Again, we'll see what happens. It's a day-to-day thing. Wonderland Amusements will be coming in hot with their final pinball product and their extra product that they have. And will they go back to pinball? And what could be the next IP for that as well? Guys, there's a lot of exciting news all the time. And Arcade 1UP, could they be really making a big shakeup in the front office, which would be maybe beneficial to a lot of people who are fans of their products? So we'll see what happens,
man,
guys.
Because they got their products down good, man. It's just a shame. But
yeah, we want new and exciting stuff for those companies. Anytime, buddy. Anytime.
I always have fun with you, dude.
Community, thank you so much, man, for being here. It's all about you guys. Without you guys, we're not here, right? I'm not here doing what I do without you guys. So thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this show. Guys, if you haven't already, please give this video a like on your way out. Guys, leave a comment down below. What'd you think of the show? We always love hearing from you. Cammy, thank you so much, man, for being here. Everybody else, Mike Cockroach, Rich Odello.
Thanks, Rich Odello. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Johnny Blaze, congratulations to all the winners. Goofy Foot in the building as well. Jason, thank you always for holding it down. My moderators are the best,
Jason,
and they deserve a lot more. They deserve a lot more praise than what they get all the time. They're always holding it down and helping us run a smooth show. Guys, thank you so much, man, for being here. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, guys. Give a like on the way out for B Kirby. This is Danny from the CornerCade, guys, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace.